From time to time, citizens contact City Hall asking about solicitors at their door. Let's take a moment or two to meet the police clerk here in the city of Clyde Hill, and we'll ask her about solicitors and what you as a citizen can and cannot do. I'm sitting here with Brittany Nygren, the Clyde Hill Police Department records expert and manager, and we're going to talk about solicitors that come to your door. Brittany, let's talk about those solicitors. What do solicitors have to go through to get permission to do solicitations here in Clyde Hill?
What they're supposed to do is come up and check in with me here at the police department, and there's a couple different types of solicitors that we have that we go through each year that come to us. The first type is the religious type of solicitor, and they don't necessarily have to get any permission from us because it's protected under the Constitution, that they can go and they can talk to people about religious things without getting permission and having to check in. The second type of solicitor that we deal with is nonprofit. That would be people, for example, like the Union Gospel Mission, or somebody who's fundraising specifically for something like that. They don't have to check in with us, but they normally do, because they know that the citizens know that they're supposed to have some type of a permit if they've been cleared through us, and if they don't, they're going to get contacted by a police officer every couple of hours for not having that available.
What about people that are politicians, people running for office or wanting to get support for a candidate that they're backing? Do they have to get permits?
No, they don't, and they don't have to let us know that they're going to be in the neighborhood either, although we tend not to see them as much year-round, more towards campaign time, where everybody's going around right before the elections and the campaign and voting type thing. The main one that we deal with, though, that we're kind of trying to keep track of, is we have an application for is people soliciting specifically for a business or for money. That could include anything from tree services and landscaping to magazine sales. They're supposed to come in and talk to us. It's $25 per person, and they fill out a 3-page application with some basic information on it. That $25 covers a full background check to the full extent of the law that we can do one on them. And if they pass that background check, they're then issued a permit, and this is what it looks like. And it's given a number, and I have a log that corresponds so we can track them, the date, the company, their name, and on the back of it is a photo of the person, either in color or black and white, that we laminate to the permit so it can't be changed out for somebody else.
Is the permit always read here in Clyde Hill?
Yes, the permit is always read, and it's good for the calendar year, so no matter what time of year they get it, it's good until December 31st of that year.
So if a solicitor came to a citizen's door and said, I'm selling magazines for anything, but I'm selling these magazines, what should the citizen feel they're entitled to do? Should they ask to see the permit?
The first thing they should do is, before they open the door, verify who the person is and the security that they feel. If they have any questions, call 911 immediately, and we can have an officer come contact them. If they feel comfortable enough to open the door to that person or the screen door type of thing, they can ask to show the permit. We do tell the solicitors that the people will ask to see the permits, and if they don't have one, most likely we will be getting a call at 911, reference that. At that point, if they have any problems where the solicitor is belligerent or obnoxious or just plain rude or tries to go any further in the house or get any further information, it's always recommended that they call 911 and we can have an officer go out and talk to the solicitor. We have had quite a few incidents here where they are bogus companies and they're not good, and they are soliciting for money for themselves and their group, and it does not go where they say they're going to. We do have quite a few arrests that we've made on solicitors, as well as warrants in the system when they leave and they don't return for court.
If the citizen has any questions about a solicitor, should they feel comfortable in calling 911?
Yes, always call 911 if you have any questions, any hesitations. Main thing is they should come to your front door and knock. If the citizen says, I'm not interested or thank you, they leave and they walk away. They don't continue to hound them or recontact them or go around the yard to look in the yard and that type of thing. If somebody doesn't answer the door, they assume they're not home or they're not interested and they move on. If you see any type of suspicious activity, like the person knocks on the door and then you see them peeking around the yard in the kitchen or your neighbors, don't hesitate to call 911. That's the way that we can contact them. And if we have any problems later or any concerns, then we know who they are and what's going on from there. The other thing is, if you have any doubts about the agency they say they're representing, do not give them a check or any type of money. What we have been getting a lot of is that people will give them money or a check and then later feel that it was maybe a little off and then call and ask if it's a legitimate agency. At that point, it's civil, and we have no way to contact or follow up with that person if they're already left the city of Clyde Hill.
Anything else you feel we should tell our citizens, Brittany?
Just make sure that it's safety first. Know who's in your area, know who's around your neighbors in your house. If you have any doubts, don't open the door, or just call 911 and have the officer come contact them to verify who they are first.
Well, Brittany, thank you for taking the time to join us this afternoon. And folks, I hope that you that have had questions about solicitors in the past now have some more information to deal with these people that come to your front door.